the hardest part about doing the shit that I'm doing right now is that I am so close to it that every person that walks in these doors at this shop, every person that comes across my life in this music shit and supports me, like you're talking about, I'm there for my supporters. Of course I am. I would have gave this for free if Yonex didn't tell me to sell it for 10. I didn't think anybody would ever put a dollar towards my name and the shit that I'm doing. So I think the hardest part about that is having to step up for that group of people that is supporting you, right? So when you start to have fans, you start to have people that actually want to see you shine, and they're like, Carr, what are you doing? Get your shit together, right? And so not to get emotionally attached to that and get, I guess, blindsided by it. I mean, it's really easy to get blindsided by clout and shit that comes around and people making noise around you and giving you buzz, and you could fall off doing that, right? We've seen a lot of people who are great at what they do, but they fall off because there's that immense pressure. So just trying to stay in my lane as much as possible. Like you said, I sound like I'm not from here. I want to continue to sound like I'm not from here. I don't want to be a culture vulture. I don't want to be a transplant. I don't want to be, it's Carr and I'm from the Bay Area and that's it and that's all. No, I'm from Boston, man. I'm not really from here, but I found love out here, and San Jose has been showing me love and has been helping me push my shit and has been extremely supportive of me. So I call this my second home for real. But what I could work on is just being more of me and just trying to stay in my lane, and just keeping focused on the mission.
So protecting your energy and keeping focused. I like those two answers, man. So the last thing I want to touch on that you spoke about was the military. Why'd you enroll into the military?
Why does anybody, right? We were trying to make some money.
Money, a charger,
no charger. Didn't have the charger.
Problems.
Yeah, definitely had those. Yeah, man, I joined because, man, I got out of high school. I'm going to community college and I'm working the 9 to 5 to fund college. And I see my friend come back from the Marines and he's got bread and he's got a car and he's going all these places. I'm like, I'm trying to go. So I went to the recruiting office. If you had met me before the military, you would know for sure. You're like, this fool's not joining. Little scrawny ass kid. Fuck war. Fuck the government. That shit's trash. All that, right? Hella liberal. Just like, fuck it all. And I still, honestly, fuck that shit. But I wanted to better my life. I wanted to do something. And I felt like I was doing nothing all at once. I was looking around, my friends were selling dope, dying from dope, talking about gangbanging for hoods that don't fucking matter, that nobody in the world knows of. You heard it here first. Yeah, in New Bedford, right? So when I tell people about New Bedford, now that I moved out of my hometown, everyone doesn't know where that is. They don't know who's who. They don't know what's going on. But when you live in a situation like that, similar to any other hood, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody only sees this bubble and nobody's trying to get out of it. Nobody's trying to break through. Everybody's just trying to do the same shit that they seen their homies do and the same shit that got them killed. So I'm like, there's no way out unless I leave. So pretty much I wanted to get as far away from there as possible. So I joined the Navy. So I go to Chicago, go to boot camp, do the whole thing, boom, boom, boom. To give it to you lightly, I was in Chicago or Great Lakes. Then I lived in San Diego. Then I was stationed in Hawaii. And then I've been to 5 other countries. So I went on my first deployment in 2017. I went to Guam, Bahrain, Dubai, the Philippines, Singapore. Yeah, 5. So that's the ones that I've been to. The experience as a whole, it changed me. It changed me for the better. It changed me for worse. I drank a lot and I smoked a lot, but I learned discipline. I learned no matter what the fuck happens to you the night before, you got to be there at 6, right? Yeah. So you're going to show up on time. You're going to be looking good. You're going to have a clean shape, all that. So I learned perception is reality. I'll say that's the number one lesson I learned. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters the people above you, whatever role you're in, whether that's a 9 to 5 music, you need to make the people above you believe that you're the hardest out the pack. There's a whole pack of people and they're all fucking busting ass and they're all trying really hard. But if the person above you doesn't see you doing it, it doesn't mean shit. You're going to get the same shit next year and you're not going to advance. And it's weird, right? But that's the biggest lesson I learned. Perception is reality. So what I learned is that you got to do the work, but you got to make the connections too. And it's all got to line up. So it taught me a lot about how to be successful, because in the corporate world, right, for example, I've been able to make myself into a manager. Mm-hmm. How did I do that? I talked my way and I worked my way. So I did the physical work, but you also got to use that mouthpiece too. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, you get up in this game. You know what I mean? Type shit. So